Hello, I'm Ibrahim Imam, and welcome to another episode of the Neurology Lounge podcast titled 10 P's which indicate that a blackout is a faint and not a seizure. Next to sorting out headaches, perhaps the most frequent task neurologists undertake is determining whether a blackout is a faint or a fit. This might sound like a straightforward affair until you realize that a fit is not all that it seems, or that a faint is not as innocent as it appears. For one, fits and faints can both give rise to convulsions, even though brief in fainting. They may also give rise to tongue biting, although the tip in fainting and the sides of the tongue in fits. Both can give urinary incontinence because a full bladder gives way, whatever the cause of a blackout. So, what are the indicators that suggest a blackout is a faint and not a fit? Here are the 10 P's of fainting. 1. Previous fainting. A past history of fainting, especially one dating back to the younger years, is a very helpful indicator that current events are faints. Number 2, pills. Several medications can lower the blood pressure and lead to fainting. Important in this regard are blood pressure and water tablets or diuretics. Number 3, provoking situations. Amongst the common provoking situations for fainting are dehydration and hot environments. Number 4, posture. Fainting almost always occurs when the individual is standing up. This may be straight away after standing up or delayed with prolonged standing. Having said that, fainting can occur lying down and even in sleep, rare as they may be. Number 5, prodrome. Fainting hardly ever occurs out of the blues, as there's almost always a prodrome of feeling dizzy or faint, and this is often long enough to allow the individual to prevent the faint by lying or sitting down. There are rare cases where people are unable to perceive fainting coming up, and this is usually in older people. Number 6, petering out sensations. During a faint, the body tries to divert blood from other non-essential organs to the brain. This leads to a shutting down or petering out of sensation in the affected organs. For example, the vision may darken from the outside in, and there may be ringing in the ears. Number 7, pallor. Another manifestation of the other organs losing their blood supply is the skin turning very pale. Obviously not in people like me. This is quite unlike a seizure where the skin turns blue due to lack of oxygen from the impairment of breathing. Number 8, perspiration or sweating. A typical manifestation of fainting is the skin becoming cold and clammy. Don't ask why. Number 9, period. Unless the individual is prevented from falling or lying down, a faint typically lasts just a few seconds and the individual recovers promptly. This is usually all the time the brain needs to recover from the low blood flow to the brain when people faint. And finally, number 10, post-event or post-drome. What happens after a blackout is as helpful in determining whether it is a fit or a faint as what happens before and during. Unlike a fit where the individual is confused and disorientated for several minutes, the person who has had a faint is usually fully aware of what is happening as soon as they recover. They also have a good recollection of what led to the faint and how they felt. Thank you very much for watching or listening to this brief episode. If you found it helpful, do click on the like button. Better still for me, why not subscribe to the YouTube or Spotify channels of the podcast so that you can catch up with future episodes. And whilst waiting for the next episode, do check out my book called Surfing the Brain and try my website for more information about neurology, and it is called Neuro Checklist. Thank you very much for your time.